There are about 6 main stealth frames in the game if I count every one of them that have stealth as their survivability. Now, stealth is a dying breed. It's only ever used in solo mode now or in the spy sorties and Archon hunts because people don't really use stealth too much. They prefer nuking. DE prefers nuking. Nuking is everything. Stealth is kind of dying out, so you won't see an Ivara on your team anytime soon. And if you see one tomorrow, you can spit in my face. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about why you should play Ivara, or rather what you should expect from them when you play them. Now, Ivara is a very good frame, don't get it twisted. Ivara can nuke just as well as any other frame in the game at this point, but the only problem is they are relatively slow compared to other frames. They need to get locked on. For example, her nuking revolves solely around her exalted weapon Artemis bow, and that drains a lot of energy. Not that big of a deal. Now, the best way to do it is to throw on Arcane Crepuscular and to use Prowl at the same time, go invisible, aim at an enemy's head, and shoot them in the face. If you have a decently built weapon, you'll do insane amounts of damage. My build is not the best, but as you can see, even with an unfinished build, it's still doing just insane amounts of damage. Now, if I had built this properly with all the form and everything like that, I could be one-shotting these enemies right now. Now, Ivara is more than just a stealth frame. She is the quintessential stealth frame. Everything she does revolves around her stealth, except for her second ability. That's kind of just useless. Don't use it. Her first ability, you can switch between her quiver arrows. You can cause a cloak bubble, which is just fantastic. This will allow you to cloak both you and your allies within this bubble. And then her second arrow is dash wire. This allows you to get that insane vantage point that everyone loves. After that is the noise arrow. This one is significantly more useless. It can draw enemy aggro, but the problem is that it's rarely ever used. But it does get them in one spot, allowing you to deal more damage with the AoE effect of concentrated arrow. And then finally, her sleep arrow will put the enemies to sleep, allowing you to get those critical headshots that you want and so very desperately need. And as I mentioned, her 2 is kind of just useless. You can throw it on, and this allows you to control your arrow, but only after it's already gone pretty far. So you have to be a decent ways away from the target, otherwise it'll be a while away. And as you can see, with concentrated arrow, its range is insane. I'm going to hit this enemy all the way back there, and it will deal damage to the enemies right up in front of me. That is more range than even the Kuva Brahma. Now, she's a very simple frame. It's incredibly simple. It's literally just going invisible, pulling out your bow, shooting some enemies in the face. Now, the only thing you need to make this work is you only need 3 things really. You need Ivara, Concentrated Arrow, her augment mod for her 4th, and then Arcane Crepuscular. This will increase the amount of critical damage you do and your ability strength while you're invisible. This works wonders on Ivara because her whole thing is being invisible. I don't think you'll ever be Ivara without using Prowl. And the reason for that is simple. It's her only survivability. Yeah, she doesn't have a lot of survivability. If you play her, expect to die instantly if you're not invisible. And you might think running her for spy missions is the best because she can become invisible, but invisible doesn't mean you can pass through lasers. You need a whole augment mod for that too. In the end, what you should expect from Ivara is slow, simple, relaxing gameplay. None of the bum rushing, button spamming gameplay that you're probably used to by this point. Just relatively relaxing gameplay is what you should expect. In my opinion, it's so incredibly fun. I get that some people will not like it, but Ivara is by far one of my favorite frames in the game. If I'm not interested in running around nuking everything, then I play Ivara. Even though she does end up becoming a nuke frame in the end, because that's what the meta demands, it's nowhere near as bad as Warframes like Sevagoth. And so with that being said, that's pretty much just about it. There's not much else to say, so let me know if you like Ivara, whether you love her, hate her, indifferent to her, never played her. And with that being said, until next time.